Okay, so in this video, we're just going to go quickly over the cranial nerves and how they kind of interact and stem off of the brainstem here. And so to start us off, we actually skip the first cranial nerve, as the olfactory nerve does not actually cross or insert into the brainstem at all. So our first one on our trip is actually cranial nerve 2, which is the optic nerve. And we can see them coming into the brainstem here, and they cross at what is known as the optic chiasm. Moving downwards, we have our third cranial nerve, which is our ocular motor. Cranial nerve 4 is a bit tricky. It's all the way back here. And that's our trochlear nerve. And also on that lateral pons, we see the trigeminal nerve. And it's named trigeminal based on its 3 branches. The V1, or the first branch, being the ophthalmic nerve, the second branch being the maxillary nerve, and the third branch being the mandibular nerve. And so if you move it back to our nice anterior view, if my thing will focus, there we go. We then have the abducens nerve, cranial nerve 6. And then if we pull it back to the lateral view, we get our nice trio here, which is made up of cranial nerve 7, which is the facial nerve, cranial nerve 8, which is the vestibular cochlear nerve, and cranial nerve 9, which is the glossopharyngeal nerve. And so cranial nerve 10 is the vagus nerve, as we know that will control the sympathetic tone of the heart, and we'll go all the way down to there. In Latin rather, it's known as the wandering nerve, and that's just because I'm assuming it goes so far. And underneath it, we have cranial nerve 11, which is the accessory nerve, or sometimes called the spinal accessory nerve. And then lastly, on the surface here, we have the hypoglossal nerve, and that's cranial nerve 12.